Many people ask me whether it is necessary to join a spoken English class to learn English, or can you learn English by yourself? See, it totally depends on your situation, on your goals. If you're a working professional seeking career advancement, or if you have an interview coming up and you do not have enough time, or maybe you are not a very dedicated or an organized person, then it is best for you to join a spoken English class. In the class, the tutor's job is to give you feedback, and getting feedback is one of the vital aspects of learning any language. When somebody corrects you or tells you where you're lacking, your work becomes easier. You can focus on those particular areas. So there will be somebody to guide you and answer your questions and queries about anything related to English language learning. So when you join a class, you get a feeling, right? That daily I am practicing for 20-25 minutes. I'm practicing with a tutor in fluent English, and I'm going to talk in English for that much time every day, and my duty is done. That's not the case. You have to make English your habit. Doesn't matter if you join a class or not. But I know a lot of you cannot afford to join a platform to learn English, either due to financial constraints or because you have already joined some classes and couldn't get benefit out of it. Or maybe you had a bad experience, you did not like their teaching style. It can be anything. It might also be because you have some kind of hesitation or confusion what to do. Also, you might be someone who is not in a hurry to ace the language. You are ready to take the process gradually. So, is there a way for you guys to learn English on your own for free at your own convenient time? And the main question, is it possible? I would say absolutely yes, it is possible. You can learn English in just 2 steps. And that's what this video is all about. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Shantha and you are watching English with Shantha. Let's get into today's video. Just a small reminder here. Towards the end of the video, I am going to share you a third step. I would classify it as a tip which all of you can follow in order to further enhance your English skills. So this is going to be very beneficial for you in today's era. So make sure to watch the complete video. So I will take the video in 3 steps. So coming to step number 1. The number 1 step of learning English by yourself is to consume content. Now what do you mean by consuming content? It's all about gaining knowledge of the language learning, basic sentences and words. How do you consume content? By watching, listening, and reading. Each of these enhance your language skills in its own different way. By watching, you get to see people's expressions, the way they are pronouncing every word, their body language and confidence. By listening to content, you get to hear a person's intonation, that is the highs and lows of their voice, which word they are stressing more and how they are ending every sentence. And you also get to see their pronunciation. And by reading, you get to know the spellings of every word. Reading is an active form of consuming content. It's an active form of learning where you have to concentrate completely on what you're doing. But that's not the case when it comes to listening. Listening is passive learning. For listening, you can choose any kind of podcast or speeches. So this is an activity that you can do on the go or while you're doing some household chores or while traveling. It's very easy to incorporate listening practice in your daily routine. Try to pay attention to the words and their pronunciation. Start off with basic English conversations. Later, you can go to more complex materials like, for example, TEDx talks. Not only you will get to learn English, but also you will get a great deal of knowledge on various topics. When it comes to watching, watching is a very entertaining activity to do because all you have to do is sit and watch content. You can watch stories, English movies, web series, or you can even watch English vlogs. There is plethora of content available online. Make sure whatever you watch or listen to has to be in English. That is the only way that your mind will get trained to produce thoughts in English, which is the basic step of learning the language. If you want, you can watch with the subtitles on. Now, coming to the reading part. See, you don't have to research about which book to read. It totally depends on your interest, which genre of books you like to read. If you like self help or finance or storytelling, you can choose the books accordingly. Try to choose books by Indian authors. And if you're just starting out, choose basic storybooks that are written for children. Because when books are written for children, very simple language is kept in mind. Also, make sure that you choose thinner books at the start when you just start reading. Around 100 pages should be ideal so that reading doesn't feel like a task for you. Make sure to read, listen, and watch content every single day. It's very important to be consistent. How much ever time you have, make sure to dedicate it every single day. So that's about consuming content and getting knowledge, getting the right sentence structures and words in order to speak the language. So, what do you do with all the content that you're consuming? You have started understanding and you have gained knowledge about English. So, do you think that you have learned English? Not yet. There's not much use of the content unless you try and speak the language. Which brings us to the step number 2, that is practicing speaking. Step number 2 of self learning English is to practice speaking. Put yourself to test by trying to talk the language using all the content that you have consumed all the while. Let me share one thing with you. So, Tamil is the language that I understand almost 80%. I watch a lot of vlogs, movies, and content from the Tamil language, and I feel that I know the language. But knowing a language is totally different to being able to talk the language. If I'm faced by a Tamil speaking person, although I know what the reply should be, I have all the words in my mind, but I cannot utter anything in Tamil. That's why we hear a lot of people saying, I know English. Everything is there in my mind. But when I try and talk, I'm not able to talk even a single word. I can totally relate to that. So it's important that you practice the language. By practice, I mean practice speaking the language. First, you might feel a bit shy to approach strangers and start talking to them. So, I recommend prepare any topic and stand in front of the mirror and talk about it. I think when you look into the mirror and see yourself talking in English, you can boost your confidence. But some people are not comfortable doing it. If that is you, then you can try recording yourself on your mobile phone. Every single day, try to record at least 3 to 4 minutes of a video. You have to do it every single day. So every now and then at regular intervals, you can check your progress because you will be having your recording with you. You can notice your language, your mistakes, your pronunciation, how you're talking, what is your confidence level, everything. Now slowly this thing that I know English but I can't talk English, that will start fading away. Once you have done this, the next thing you can start doing is indulge in conversations with people. You have practiced enough in front of the mirror, you have recorded yourself. Now start talking to people because English is a language. It is a tool for communicating with people. So unless you talk to people and use this language while having conversations, you will not feel confident enough. There are a lot of Skype groups, WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups where you can find people to practice English. Initially, if you're scared to face people on video calls, you can start off with audio call. There are quite a lot of platforms that offer you free audio calling, maybe 20-30 minutes. Do your research and find such platform. Trust me, only couple of calls might be difficult for you, You may feel nervous, you may feel I can't do this, but slowly you will start enjoying the process. At least take the first step and see. Once you start doing it, you will start enjoying it. And you will wish that you do it every single day. You will start looking forward to it. Start talking to different people, to strangers on different topics. That way, you will get used to words that belong to different topics. Your general knowledge also will improve, and your knowledge about English will get better as well. Now, you might say, when we are alone, practicing alone, who will give us feedback? Trust me, do not worry about your mistakes. As in how you gain knowledge about the language by listening a lot and by reading a lot, you will eventually know what mistakes you are making. And while having conversations with other people, try to ask them for feedback and suggestions. Do not let your ego come in between. Listen to what they say. And if you genuinely feel that you have to improve on some specific aspect, try to put more focus on that particular aspect. If you feel the feedback is not genuine, just ignore it. Now let's come to the tip that I told you at the beginning of the video. That is the step number 3. You can consider it as a tip or step number 3. Step number 3 is related to changing the settings of your mobile phone. Nowadays, we are always on our phone. People feel comfortable when they text or when they read in their native language. So you have to come out of your comfort zone. Change the settings of your mobile phone into English. And when you text your friends or relatives, start doing that in English. They might laugh or feel awkward or weird. They might reply in your native language, but it doesn't matter. You continue messaging them in English because it is you who has to improve here, who has to work on your skills. Like this, you will become perfect in everyday English. Every single day you send a voice note or text message, you're typing the letters in English, but you're typing Hindi or your native tongue in English language. So that has to change. Send only an English message with English alphabets. Follow this tip and you can see tremendous change in your language skills. And very soon you will get used to it and you or the person receiving your messages will stop feeling awkward about it. So that's my guide on how you can learn English for free at your convenient timings by yourself at the comfort of your home without spending a rupee on anything else. I hope you found the video helpful. Share it to other people who you know want to learn English and cannot afford to join a class. I thank you so much for watching the complete video. Subscribe to the channel for more language learning content. I will see you soon with another video. Till then, take care and bye.